We're cancel culture. We've been working hard at canceling things for quite a while now, and well, we finally canceled culture. Sometimes people get offended and their feelings get hurt. So instead of empowering people to be self-responsible adults so they can deal with their own feelings like a grown-up, we had an idea. What if we could cancel just one thing that we find offensive? So we did that. Then we had another idea. What if we canceled something else? And then things kind of snowballed from there. Really, when we started examining all the nuances in society, looking for the offensive things that we were trying to find, shocker, we found them. In fact, in every place we looked. So then our ability to innovate in our field led us to canceling all things in society.
Let's be honest, that's exactly where we're headed towards. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Ukradowski of WeAreChange.org. A lot of incredibly exciting things are happening right now, especially in the world of stonks, where essentially we are seeing a day of reckoning for the hedge funds. Lots of exciting news to cover there, as well as some pretty dire predictions by Vladimir Putin. We're going to get into that, plus more, all on this independent media channel. The clip that we started this video off is by Awaken with JP Spears. It is only a small clip of his full video, which is linked down in the description below. He does great satire work about the future of free speech, which, let's just be honest here, big tech companies select and choose which speech is acceptable. If you want to question the election results from 2016, that's great. That's approved, as exemplified by a latest tweet by Michael Tracy. But don't you dare think the same thing happened recently. So, yeah, that's happening. Lots of absurdity with now alleged medical professionals telling you that you should not only wear double the masks, but triple the masks on your face. I am not joking you. The supposed experts like Dr. Fauci, who, by the way, told you there was no reason to wear a mask. Dr. Fauci officially, when director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, told everyone, don't wear masks, now recently told you to wear two of them, while of course he's pictured to not wearing a mask himself over his face. And now CNBC News is taking it further than Dr. Fauci and recommending that you wear 3 masks to, quote, protect yourself and everyone else around you. And again, even to me personally, I'm like, wait, what? What's going on here? Just when you thought things couldn't be more absurd, one of the things that I've been warning about for years now, it's finally coming true with government officials in China literally probing people's buttocks in the mainstream media. They're called swabs. They're not. They actually go 2 inches inside of your buttocks. Yes, you are hearing me correctly. In China, they started to probe people in the buttocks to fight the conholio sickness, which allegedly, according to the Chinese number, have only affected a very small amount of people. Allegedly, according to their own official numbers, only has killed 5,000 people in China, which, again, just blindly goes unquestioned in the U.S. mainstream media. And if there's only allegedly 90,000 cases of this, why are they probing people in where the sun doesn't shine? What are they doing here? Soon to come to the United States with, of course, its absolute levels of absurdity, as even Joe Biden just recently signed an executive order banning the term China virus. Yes, more executive orders by Joe Biden, policing language, protecting China from even any critiques, as of course China knowingly lies to the world about the conholio sickness. All of this as tensions are raising high between China and India, as there have been more clashes between troops in disputed territory that of course the Chinese want to desperately claim as theirs, since of course they also face a national resources shortage in their ever-expanding country and personal aspirations. Now the two countries have sat down trying to resolve this conflict, but expect more tensions to grow from here, which of course is the same thing happening right now between the United States and Russia, as of course we've been telling you that with a Biden presidency, the tensions between Russia and the United States will grow to a new all-time high. This is only expected to get worse from here, especially with Joe Biden recently launching a full onslaught attack geopolitically on Russia by calling for more sanctions over the alleged SolarWind cyber hack, which he attributes to Russia. He's also attributing Russia for putting bounties on U.S. troops, as well as claiming that Russia hacked Donald Trump's watch. Yes, Joe Biden also blamed Russia for meddling in U.S. elections, as well as calling for the release of political leader Navalny. And this is just the start of Joe Biden's presidency. We still have 4 more years of policy directives and orders that are going to be placed geopolitically that will surely put us on a very dangerous path against Russia that will come to a head. And already we are seeing very strong language by Vladimir Putin, the current president of Russia, that is warning of conflict that he says could mean the, quote, end of our civilization. This is specifically during his talk at the World Economic Forum, which wants to push the Great Reset, where Vladimir Putin said that the world's failure to resolve its conflicts will lead to a war that will end civilization. He also specifically warned of global tensions similar to 1930 in his particular speech, drawing parallels to, of course, the 1930s, which failed to resolve international problems that sparked a world war. Putin said specifically, quote, "Today, such a global hot conflict is, I hope, in principle, impossible. But I repeat, the situation can develop unpredictably and uncontrollably." And these are pretty important statements with, of course, an ever-aggressive Joe Biden foreign policy that seems like it wants to point the blame at Russia for almost anything that goes wrong. Now, it's important to note here that Joe Biden's allegations against Russia are, of course, contested by Russia, who sees these events totally differently. And we have 2 states that are known for lying, giving 2 different versions of events when it comes to the hacking, spying allegations, which in the online digital space are almost impossible to figure out who was actually behind them. And with that bigger uncertainty looming and the possibility of even false flag online digital hacks, we have to understand that all options are on the table, especially when we have Vladimir Putin warning that there is a big potential for a fight here. And that's exactly what I'm seeing personally from studying and understanding American foreign policy for the last few years. And now, domestically, there's something else happening that's very interesting. But before we get into the stonks, I wanted to remind everyone that this video is possible mainly because of your support. And one very easy, carefree way to support us is by checking out M Foods, where we set up an affiliate link with a company that sells really great cacao that I personally like, coffee, green juices, mushrooms, a lot of health, spiritual, conscious, hippy-dippy stuff, chi tonics, you name it, we got it all here through our specific URL, which you can get by clicking in the description right now and checking out the great list of products that are available to you, and also support this independent media broadcast at the same time. Now, right now as we're speaking, it's very interesting to see many mainstream media financial people absolutely lose it, as it looks like we potentially are having a populist uprising on Reddit and Robinhood. Yes, you heard me correctly right now, as some people have categorized that a, quote, angry mob on Reddit is pushing up GameStop's stock prices while pissing off a bunch of Wall Street firms and hedge funds that are betting that it will collapse. This is absolutely pissing off the big banks and the hedge funds, which the left and the right are absolutely celebrating, because no one likes hedge funds, Wall Street banksters that essentially create money out of thin air, don't provide any service, don't provide any goods, don't actually do anything except manipulate the markets to personally benefit themselves off of the backs and suffering of hardworking individuals. So yes, lots of people are celebrating, since lots of people absolutely hate hedge funds. And they're going against their moves in the market, which of course is negatively affecting them. There's even national freakouts on CNBC asking for regulations, asking for people to intervene and to stop the people betting against the hedge funds, since the hedge funds are going to lose money. And I say, good. That's a great, amazing, incredible thing. Now, of course, I am skeptical of Reddit. I am very skeptical of the stock market, but this looks like it might actually be legit pushback against the financial system, since we're getting news right now that many financial institutions like TD Ameritrade are literally putting restrictions trying to stop this right now. Yes, you're hearing me correctly. Now, the stock in question that started all of this was GameStop, that literally jumped to more than 100% after, of course, individuals on Reddit came together and decided to fight back against the shorting of GameStop by a hedge fund. Elon Musk even joined in on this, retweeting GameStonks, which prompted a massive growth and investment into GameStop. And now all these financial people are freaking out, calling for regulations, saying that this is market manipulation, which is essentially what they do. The government literally prints trillions of dollars, making sure hedge funds don't lose their money. Of course, devaluing your dollar, bringing us closer to hyperinflation, rigging in the game so their losses are privatized. And now the people are fighting back, and the financial institutions are freaking out, trying to shut it down. Are you kidding me? And it looks like it's not just GameStop that some individuals are deciding to invest in. It's also AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, all thanks because of a frenzy of online traders on Reddit that are trying to make sure the hedge funds don't get their way. And now people collectively are working together, just like the hedge funds, against the hedge funds, where even some of them are asking for bailouts. Yes, there's hedge funds that are considering asking for a government-assisted, taxpayer-funded bailout because of these larger moves made by the people. There's even some scuttlebutt about NASDAQ potentially threatening to halt stocks over what's happening on social media, and this is absolutely unprecedented, as even TD Ameritrade just put on restrictions to try to stop this. Glenn Greenwald had an absolutely brilliant tweet when responding to the hedge funds thinking about asking for a government bailout, saying, quote, "They'll be okay. They may get a $1,400 check soon. They should call their senators, keep the pressure up." Twitter user Crystal Ball says the Wall Street bets people are attempting to pull off the rarest of occurrences, a transfer of wealth from Wall Street to Main Street. Glorious. Max Kaiser is absolutely losing this, of course, cheering on the praises of this and even giving advice about what you should tell your brokers to continue this online virtual populist uprising, which is happening on Reddit and Robinhood. Again, I'm very skeptical of the stock market, very skeptical of Reddit, which can be easily manipulated. But right now, from everything that I'm seeing and all the writing on the wall, this looks kind of legitimate. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Let me know if you're skeptical in any way, shape, or form. The true ideas that need to be fought and discussed should be in the comment section. I don't censor any of them. I love being able to beat out bad ideas with good ideas. And that's why your input, your imperative to join the conversation is very important to me. And I thank you guys so much for doing that, liking this video, and getting it out there to your friends and family members. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, and this is why. Love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org. Not all hope is lost. Never know what could happen tomorrow. It is David versus Goliath, but sometimes David does win.